RKO and WO back with another video, and today I'll be talking about, this video is a video response to Break the Walls 10 Top 5 WWE pay-per-views of 2010. I was actually planning on doing this video later on at the end of December, but might as well make it as a video response now. So let's get started. I already had this all picked out already from a long time because I already looked at the DVD. So let's just start from the number 5. This came out of, I believe, March of this year. Heart and Soul, the Hart Family Anthology. This actually contained about, what was it, an hour and a half to 2 hours. I can't remember the exact timing of a documentary. Actually going through each member of the Hart family. So, which was really cool because I thought this DVD was mainly going to focus on Bret, but it actually focused on more of everyone else. So you got an overview of all the Harts, and this DVD is actually really sad because you saw all the tragedies that happened with Stu Hart dying and British Bulldog dying, and everyone that was close to the Harts and all that stuff. And just the documentary alone is worth buying this DVD for. And this is the DVD that WWE got in trouble for because it featured Owen Hart on it. So I'll just run through some of the matches. So Heart and Soul, just the biography alone is worth buying this DVD. Plus you got the matches on here. Let's name off some. Hart Foundation versus British Bulldog. Bret the Hitman Hart versus British Bulldog SummerSlam 92. Infamous match. We got Bret the Hitman Hart and Owen Hart versus the Quebecers. Bret and the Hitman Hart versus Owen Hart at the Steel Cage match at SummerSlam 94. That's another good match. Owen Hart versus British Bulldog. The Hart Dynasty versus D-Generation X from SmackDown. So it talks about it has matches from everyone, and it talks about the past and the future. So yeah, Heart and Soul. Hold on. And that's how it looks inside. So we got all that, and then that's the back. So that's number 5. Number 4 of the top 10 WWE pay-per-views of all of 2010. Number 4 is Shawn Michaels' My Journey. This had unlike Heartbreak and Triumph, this was just an actual one-on-one interview, which we kind of haven't never seen before, where they showed both the interviewer and the interviewee. So which was Michael Cole interviewing Shawn Michaels. So he asks a question, they talk about it, and then Shawn Michaels elaborates, and they show the match. So it's kind of like how some DVDs are, like the Rock DVD, Austin DVD, and Edge DVD. How Edge, they talk about the match, but the match goes on, and then they show the match. Well, this shows the person actually interviewing them and them talking, and then they show the match. It was actually a better concept than just the one person talking. And there's actually some tremendous matches on here from the beginning of his career all the way to the end of all the way to WrestleMania 25 actually. And this came out, I will believe, 2 weeks before WrestleMania 26. So if you bought this DVD, you kind of figured that Shawn Michaels was going to retire. And so that was kind of a giveaway. This is actually a really good DVD, a lot of good matches. I'll run through some matches with you. The price, I have the receipt for some reason in there. That's cool right there. So let's talk about some matches. Alright, so we got the Rockers versus the Brainbusters, Rocker versus the Hart Foundation, Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart for the Intercontinental Championship, Shawn Michaels versus Sid Vicious, Shawn Michaels versus 1-2-3 Kid, British Bulldog versus Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker at the Royal Rumble, which is a really good match. If you guys haven't seen that match, I love that match. Shawn Michaels versus Chris Jericho, which are on a lot of DVDs. Shawn Michaels versus the Nature Boy and Bad Blood. Shawn Michaels versus Kurt Angle at WrestleMania 21, and some other matches that are good. Shawn Michaels versus Randy Orton in Survivor Series. Shawn Michaels versus Chris Jericho in Unsanctioned match at Unforgiven 08 and 25th anniversary. Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker in the 45-minute 5-star classic. Probably one of the top 10 best matches at WrestleMania of all time. So that's number 4. Number 3 is not a DVD, but it is a Blu-ray, and this Blu-ray is WrestleMania 26 3-disc collector's edition. And you wonder why I put this number 3? It's because this doesn't just come with WrestleMania. And you have to admit, this WrestleMania 26 was good. It wasn't bad, it wasn't decent, it wasn't the greatest, but it was actually good. WrestleMania 26 on one disc. And the quality on this is just so good. It's just so clear. You catch so much detail. You kind of feel like you're actually at the event. You do have that. Then you have the Hall of Fame on another disc. Blu-ray. The full Hall of Fame on the other disc. Oh, by the way, the WrestleMania 26 one also has a bonus match with a 20 or 30 man over the top rope battle royal. Then on a third disc, we have both Raw, the Raw before WrestleMania, and the SmackDown before WrestleMania. I don't know, but as a wrestling fan, I always love the vibe that going into WrestleMania, the week of WrestleMania, you get so hyped. So by owning this 3-disc set, you own the Raw and the SmackDown and the Hall of Fame and then WrestleMania itself. So what more can you want? Like, I remember back then, like back in the day, the Raw before the WrestleMania was always the most crucial show of the whole year, because you knew something was gonna happen that Raw. It just ever since WrestleMania, the week before WrestleMania 14, weekend before WrestleMania 15, all that stuff, there was just something that always big that happened on the Raw. That's why I love watching Raw before WrestleMania. So just owning the Raw on a Blu-ray too. The Blu-ray is so clear, and the SmackDown also, and the Hall of Fame and the WrestleMania 3-disc. It just, what more can you want with extras? Because that's just enormous amount of extras. So WrestleMania 26 collectors Blu-ray disc, not the DVD, the Blu-ray. Better quality, so much more extras compared to the DVD. The DVD's crap compared to the Blu-ray. So that's a must-have. Number 3 of top 10 WWE pay-per-views / Blu-rays to get. Top 5. Why did I say top 10? And the next 2 are actually have been added to my personal top 10 list, and which I'll eventually do on biographies. So number 2 of the top 5 is Satan's Prison, the Anthology Elimination Chamber. So people had mixed reactions to this. I personally, even though owning all the Elimination Chambers I have on separate DVDs, I like this collectively, because you gotta look at it. Most people are not intense wrestling collectors. Only pretty much people on here. That's the receipt right there. Anyways, we have every single Elimination Chamber match from 2002, Survivor Series 2002, all the way to Elimination Chamber 2010. So, if you don't own Elimination Chamber 2010, No Way Out 2009, or No Way Out 2008, then you should get this, because if you do own those, you pretty much have half the Elimination Chamber matches that happen. And I personally like having all of them on here, even though they edited out the Chris Benoit commentary, which isn't that bad, because I thought they were just going to put that match like as a highlight, or put that match on after Chris Benoit gets eliminated. So that's what I thought how it would work. But overall, this is the great set to own. Like, you could just throw in a disc. My Elimination Chamber is one of my favorite stipulation matches of all time, next to Hell in a Cell. That's my number 1 favorite stipulation match of all time. Elimination Chamber has probably one of the most memorable matches. A lot of people love Elimination Chamber match. My personal favorite has to be the Survivor Series 2002 one, the first ever one, where Shawn Michaels won the World Heavyweight Championship, and SummerSlam 03 was another great one. All the Elimination Chambers matches are excellent, and even the No Way Out, even the one that happened in No Way Out / Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, at least one of those are just great matches to watch. So, Elimination Chamber, Satan's Prison, whatever you want to call it, 3-disc set. It's just tremendous to own, and it's on my top 10 list, because Elimination Chamber is one of my favorite stipulation matches of all time. And now the DVD that every wrestling fan should own. This is literally the best DVD that WWE has ever released. It is not number 1 on my list, but I believe it's in my top 10 somewhere, but I can't remember what number I put it at as. But this is breaking the code, the walls of Chris Jericho. Wow, I can't even say that. 3-disc set. First of all, it has a slip cover. That's how you know this DVD is so good. It has a slip cover. Take that off. 3-disc set. 2-hour documentary. So I know people complain how like they made the DVD on Edge, right? And it didn't have a documentary, which I dislike, but I kind of like, because when Edge makes a DVD, they can kind of make it like this. You know why? Because Jericho has a 20-year span career. So, wouldn't you rather watch a 20-year span career from the time that he starts wrestling, like as a kid, all the way to pretty much the to almost the end of his career? Because Chris Jericho, if you look at it, Chris Jericho doesn't have much long to go. I don't see Chris Jericho win a world title unless he comes back to Royal Rumble, wins the Royal Rumble, which I wish that happens. But if you look at it, Chris Jericho's career is winding down. So having a documentary showing his 20-year career, and by the way, we've never seen a Chris Jericho DVD. There's only been one VHS, which wasn't that great. So this DVD pretty much has everything. A documentary as better than the Heartbreak and Triumph documentary, the Shawn Michaels Heartbreak and Triumph, which was another tremendous DVD. This great 2-hour documentary. I pretty much watched the documentary at least 5 times. Plus just the matches on here too. Like, it has matches from a variety of wrestling. Let's go through the match. Look at that crazy cover. Alright, we have Chris Jericho's, okay, not just the documentary, but we have so much special features that will make you laugh, just about the random behind the scenes stuff and people talking about it. The Man of 1,004 Holes, they have that on here. They have a lot of his famous promos that he did as special features. Plus, they have Chris Jericho's first match facing Lance Storm. If you don't call that rare footage, that's crazy. That's the rarest of the rare. Chris Jericho's first ever match on DVD. How can you not say that's rare footage? Then we have Chris Jericho in Smoky Wrestling, Thrill Seekers versus the Infernos. We have Chris Jericho versus Ultimate Dragon in Japan. We have Chris Jericho versus Cactus Jack in ECW in a hardcore television match. Then we have Chris Jericho versus Eddie Guerrero in the Fall Brawl match. Chris Jericho versus Juventud Guerrero in Super Brawl 8. We have Chris Jericho versus Dean Malenko on Nitro in 1998. The Millennium Countdown, when he comes out on Raw with the epic promo, right when The Rock was cutting a promo. Chris Jericho versus Kurt Angle on No Way Out 2000. Chris Jericho with Triple H on Raw 2000 for the WWF Championship. When he wins the title and he gets that huge ovation, the WCW Championship match against The Rock and the Undisputed Championship match against Stone Cold Steve Austin. Chris Jericho versus Hulk Hogan for the WWE Undisputed Championship on SmackDown May 2nd, 2002. Chris Jericho versus Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 19 belt. We saw these on a ton of DVDs. Then Chris Jericho returning. Chris Jericho versus Jeff Hardy on Chris Jericho versus Shawn Michaels in No Mercy, which was in the latter match, which was the best match of 2008. Chris Jericho versus Rey Mysterio, Extreme Rules, a great match. Chris Jericho versus Undertaker in the first ever match, and Chris Jericho versus Edge at WrestleMania 26. So we have a 2-hour documentary plus special features of some of his greatest moments and just funny stuff you guys gotta watch. Plus they have matches from his first ever match, matches from Japan, ECW, WCW, WWF, and the WWE. What more can you want from a DVD? A tremendous DVD, tremendous artwork. This is a must-have for any wrestling fan, any wrestling collector, and anyone who just buys DVDs. So Chris Jericho breaking the code has to be the #1 DVD of 2010. And if you don't have this DVD, I suggest you buy it, get it for Christmas. I don't know, do whatever you can, get this DVD and watch this DVD. I can't even get into the slipcover, whatever. And if you guys do have it, you know exactly what I'm talking about, how good this DVD. This is just a tremendous DVD. So, this is #1, Chris Jericho. #2, Satan's Prison. WrestleMania 26, Collector's Edition, Blu-ray, not DVD. #3, Shawn Michaels' Giant My Journey, #4. And #5 is Heart and Soul, the Hart Family Anthology. So thanks for watching my video. Hope you enjoyed, and have a nice day.